Hi, friends. So today we are here with Upasana Kendra, who is a career counselor, a very renowned career counselor, and working in this area for the past 2 decades. She has mentored hundreds of students, to choose their courses and careers and the universities. So thank you, Upasana, for joining us today. Today we are going to discuss about how the trends have changed in the field of career counseling and how parents, students, and counselors have different perspectives towards this changing career trends. So Upasana, welcome. And first, let me just start by asking you, as a counselor, as you have worked for so many years, have you observed any kind of changes in the career counseling trends, the way you used to counsel parents and students earlier and now? Is there any change?
First of all, thank you so much, Meenu, for inviting me for this topic, which is, as you know, very, very close to my heart, because this is something that I do in and out uh, the entire day, even after I'm back from work. So, like everything else, there has been a change in, the way the careers are looked at, the way the careers are changing. Our perspectives also towards the way we look at them has changed, whether it's we as professionals, the students, or the parents. So all the stakeholders involved, if I look at 20 years back, what the scenario was and what it is today, so we know there has been a huge shift, and the way things are looked at is really very different. So if I have to pinpoint two major differences that I see, is the advent of technology and social media. So they have changed the entire scene of the way we counsel children, and the way parents come to us with the changed expectations of parents, and similarly what students are looking at. The way they had their goals in mind when they were coming to me, say 15, 20 years back, was completely different from what they are asking me today. So we as career counselors also, for us it's been a roller coaster ride, and our field being so dynamic. You've been my my colleague and my friend, and in the same profession, and you must have noticed the way things have changed for us also. And to keep abreast with the changing scenario, we have also tried to update ourselves. So if we talk about technology, 15 years back, I would have had to give them a psychometric test, which would take 1.5 to 2 hours, where they sit, and then I later on sit and score them and then analyze that report. But with artificial intelligence, it's become so quick. With an online test, we can quickly assess their aptitude, their personality, their interest. So I'm not getting into the details of what is right and what is wrong. What I'm saying is things are changed, and we are looking at instant results now. So students used to wait for the reports for a week's time, maybe 2 weeks, and then we used to sit and discuss the reports with them, that these are the careers you should look at. But now within half an hour, your test is done, the entire report is generated without we actually sitting and analyzing the scores and everything. So things have changed drastically. I mean, parents initially, they used to probably, I would say 15, 20 years back, they were not even aware that they need to meet career counselors. It was probably a very small section that used to feel the need to talk to career counselors. But now, with the way the things have changed, I mean, their awareness has been so much. So now we see a lot of them recognizing the need of a career counselor. And that is why we see even a huge jump in the number of career counselors that are there, which were not there when we started working, whether it was you or me. So 15, 20 years back, we were just handful of us working in this area. But now, with the, again, when I talk about technology, I also talk about the kind of courses that are there now for career counselors. So the online education has changed the face of training, and we have more trained counselors who are adept at the art of career counseling and guiding students and mentoring them. So there's a whole lot of change everywhere. Yeah.
So as you just mentioned that, there is more awareness among parents regarding career counseling, and now more parents are coming to you, to guide their students. Now, as far as parents' choices are concerned, or parents' priorities are concerned, on the basis of which they choose the courses and the universities for their students, for their children, what kind of changes have you observed in their perspectives and parents' perspectives towards these career choices?
The moment you ask me questions, there are a lot of parents, the real parents that I've dealt with, they start, they're running like a film in my head. So, thinking about parents then and now, there was a time when they used to come with 4 or 5 traditional careers in their head, and they used to ask me how they can, go ahead with those choices. But now parents come with a very, very clear-cut plan. Most of them, the ones who are well traveled, who are themselves, working as CEOs and the big corporates and professionals. So they know what they want for their kids, whether right or wrong. Again, I'm not getting into it, but they think they know what they want for their kids. So they come with a ready-made plan to me, and they just tell me to have a look at that and just see if there's something missing, and I give my inputs over there. So there is that crop of parents that has increased a lot initially, because of lack of access to information. So it was not happening to that extent, but now because the information is available, parents are traveling a lot, and they know a lot now already. So they kind of come with a lot of preconceived ideas about what they want for their kids. Initially it was not that much. Now it's happening a lot. So now, with the increase in competition, and even I think it's the impact of social media, how parents have become more conscious of what their kids are doing. Similarly, the kids are more conscious of what they are doing, because they feel the need to probably talk about it on social media. So they need the best of universities, and for them best will be the Harvards and Princetons and Ivy Leagues. That's what they come, that's the first thing. Ma'am, I want to go to an Ivy League. I mean, we know that's not the right way to look at career counseling, but yes, this is what has changed. They are looking at what will look better on their social media pages, what will grab more eyeballs. So that is also something that has been increased a lot. I'm sure you are also in this field and you've seen all of that. So personal branding has become the new thing. So yes, that is again what I feel has changed in the way parent expectations are changing now. There was a time when CBSE or ICSE was the norm. Now parents are talking about the curriculum fit, whether IB is a better curriculum fit for my child, or whether Cambridge is a better curriculum fit. And going one step further, there are parents who are like, even India is a good fit for my child when he or she is in high school. So why not, prepare them for an Ivy League and send them to some expensive school in US and let them study there the entire high school. So, these things were not heard of when we started, 10, 15, 20 years back. So that's a huge, huge, huge change there as well. So they're talking about very, very specific goals.
That's very interesting to know that parents have also started looking at the curriculum of the high school, and not only, what courses they are going to pursue at the college. And that brings me to a very interesting point here, because when parents are changing their attitude, towards the entire process. So I'm sure, as you rightly mentioned, that, in even students' perspectives towards the entire process is being changed. And you are very right in saying so when you talked about personal branding. Students want to go for something, which can be, put up on the social media and which can help them in gaining more attention. What are a few more other kind of changes, if I talk about change of the courses. Have you found any change in the choices of students as well? Like earlier, when they used to think about only 3, 4 careers, so now are they thinking about something apart from engineering, medicine, and the other tech courses, computer science? Is it only personal branding? Basically, what all they look into when they are making a career choice or a course choice?
Again, yes, there has been a huge shift, though the traditional courses haven't lost their charm. They're still there. Medicine, engineering, law, all of these are still, hotcakes with them. But apart from them, I think there are a few buzzwords, I would say, in their dictionary now, which were not present. So, talking about artificial intelligence, talking about bitcoins, unicorns, they're talking about sustainability, all of these things and careers surrounding them. So, finance has become fintech for them. A normal engineering has become artificial intelligence or robotics for them. So they are also, looking at the trends and what is going to give them better employment and probably have better chances of being future ready. So they're kind of looking at career options which will future proof them. That's what I feel. So, if let it not be just finance, ma'am, let's do AI and finance together. So maybe that will improve my chances. So they become smarter. So they know, a student, say 10 years back would look at, let's do an MUN, let's do a voluntary work, and, let's build our profile around it. Now, this is, outdated for them. This is, nothing. This is something that, kids probably do in 6th or 7th. For them, it's like now they want to write books. Now they want to write research papers. Now they want to, create, come up with new inventions. And I don't know, they're doing way more things that probably I would have done by now. So yes, the careers they're looking at are not just the traditional careers. They are moving ahead with times, and like I said, sustainability is, again, it's an underlying theme everywhere. Now when I talk to kids, sometimes I also feel that there is still there's a growing number of kids who talk about making a difference. So, initially, again, I don't think there was much I heard about it, but now probably because of sustainability being an important part of our curriculums, and the pedagogy also includes sustainability. So they're kind of, I think they're getting sensitized. So they do talk about, sustainability being a part of their careers. So yeah, these are some of the major changes I see, the way they look at new careers now.
That's so interesting. And Upasana, that has already given me an idea of 2 more topics to have 2 more sessions with you, which I will disclose later, when we come up with those sessions. So now, having looked at it, from the changing career trends, from a student's, from a parent's perspective, from your perspective, what kind of tips would you like to give to the budding career counselors, who are just getting into this field? What should they keep it in mind? Any tips for them?
Okay, so maybe to start with, they should not think that they know everything, because they don't. I don't. And every time I talk to somebody who's in the same field, or even if somebody's not in the field, I do learn something new about maybe a career, maybe something new related to, probably that can help plan our careers. So one thing is always be hungry for more information, and always be on the lookout for new information. Always keep your research skills intact, and keep that research going on a daily basis. Make yourself more organized. Whatever research you're doing, organize it well, so that you can bring it back to your table when you need it. And then apart from this, I think accept the changes the way they're happening. Don't be rigid. Don't think this is something that used to happen, and now it should not. So I guess we should move ahead with times, looking at the COVID, the way things that happened after, at COVID. So I guess that has also taught us as counselors that we also need to again future proof our students, So I guess that's what I mean. Just accept the way things are, update yourself, be organized, and keep learning. And that's all. I think nothing much. Rest, technical details, I think they already are aware, and they have already learned in their courses and all. That is something that I would not comment on. And yes, probably be true to your profession. And we are they're not just career counselors, we are their mentors. They look up to us and they take our words very seriously. So I think that balance of being a responsible professional, that is something I would say as my last words, for somebody, that you're responsible for them making their life decisions. So yes, that is important.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think one basic takeaway is that, they have to be lifelong learners. And although that was my last question, but I would like to ask one more question based on this, because you have seen the pre-pandemic, the post-pandemic, and you are there for so many years. Have you changed your approach towards career counseling, and which has really helped you? Like earlier, we used to believe that online cannot happen, no online counseling can happen, all of us used to believe that for counseling you have to be in person and all that. So do you think that that has brought about a change in your own approach? And this is going to be my last question.
Yes, definitely it has brought a huge change in my approach also, as a career counselor and as a parent also, because I'm a parent as well. So the way I see the kind of problems I faced as a parent, or probably my son faced as during the COVID time. So I can definitely relate to the kids who are coming to me for counseling. So my approach has become probably a little more sensitized, and it was always, but then probably I would rather look at the context more, because when it comes to the financial aspect being in question, so this is something that I generally used to leave it for the parents to decide initially, but now I bring it up in my conversations very specifically in the beginning with the students, because they might be looking at careers the way they were looking at, or courses or colleges, and looking at foreign studies probably. So I think with pandemic, a lot of things have changed in their houses, in their finances. So that has been a big challenge in a lot of families. I have seen even the most affluent ones have changed their plans. So dealing with that kind of anxiety of students with who've grown up believing that they're going to go to UK or US or the best of places that they have thought of, and now dealing with this idea of not being able to do, and the mental health part of the counselor. So that I think is has been really an important part now. And yes, like you rightly said, initially it never came to our mind that we can counsel online, because we're like, no, it has to be face to face. But then if you talk about access, then we are more accessible to those students who might be in far-flung areas, so we can connect to them and probably be able to help them. Like this video is going to probably help more people now, because it's going online. So I think yes, that's pandemic has taught a lot all of us. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Upasna, for giving your precious time. I know you are still in school and you have so much of queue, I think, outside for your appointments. But thank you so much. And very soon we are going to, I'm going to talk to you again on a separate topic. Thank you once again.
Sure. Thank you so much for calling. Bye.